Picture this. You're at a function. Maybe it's a happy hour, a wedding reception, or just a kickback with friends. For the first hour, you're crushing it. You're charming, you're dropping jokes, you're matching the energy. The vibes are immaculate. But then, glitch. It happens out of nowhere. A sudden, aggressive shift in your internal operating system. The music starts to sound like construction noise. The person talking to you about their crypto portfolio sounds like the teacher from Charlie Brown. You physically feel your face muscles twitching from faking a smile for too long. You're not just tired, you are cooked. You look around the room and everyone else is still hyping each other up, getting louder, feeding off the chaos. And you are plotting your escape plan. You're calculating the precise moment you can pull an Irish exit, ghosting the party without saying goodbye, because the thought of one more "see ya, let's do lunch" conversation makes you want to crawl out of your skin. Society calls this being moody, flaky, or a buzzkill. They say you have no stamina. But here's the reality check. That crash isn't a bug in your programming. It's a feature. If you're the type of person who hits that wall while everyone else is just getting started, you aren't socially awkward. You are biologically distinct. You're running a high-performance operating system that just overheated. Let's look at the specs. To understand your crash, you have to understand the crowd mindset. Evolutionary psychology tells us that for most of human history, fitting in was survival. If you didn't vibe with the tribe, you starved. So the average brain evolved a serious addiction to external validation. When the majority of people, let's call them the extroverted norm, are in a group, their brains are engaged in a massive dopamine loop. It's a clout chase on a chemical level. Every nod, every laugh, every shared gossip story triggers a hit of dopamine and oxytocin. For them, the party isn't draining, it's a charging station. They are energy vampires, not in a malicious way, but biologically. They need the noise, the eye contact, and the feedback to feel alive. Their baseline for stimulation is high, so they need a lot of chaos just to feel something. They're basically running on solar power. The brighter the lights, the louder the room, the more juice they get. That's why they look at you like you're crazy when you say you're tired at 10 p.m. To them, the night is still young. To you, the night has been over for an hour, and you're just waiting for your body to catch up. Now, let's look at your hardware. If the crowd is running on solar, you are running a nuclear reactor. You generate your own energy, internally. You don't need the external hype to feel stimulated. In fact, you're already stimulated enough by your own thoughts. This comes down to something neuroscientists call sensory gating. Think of your brain like a web browser. The average person has maybe 3 tabs open: talking, drinking, listening. You have 50 tabs open, and half of them are frozen. When you walk into a room, your reticular activating system, the bouncer of your brain, lets everything in. You aren't just hearing the conversation, you're reading the micro-expressions on someone's face. You're analyzing the lyrics of the song playing in the background. You're noticing that the couple in the corner is about to break up. You're wondering why the carpet smells like that. You are processing the metadata of the room. This heavily taxes your prefrontal cortex. That's the CEO of your brain. It handles decision-making and empathy. For deep thinkers, listening isn't a passive act. It's an active, high-calorie workout. You're constantly running simulations. Is this person being for real, or are they capping? How do I respond without sounding awkward? What is the deeper meaning of this interaction? While the crowd is just surfing the wave, you are analyzing the ocean currents. And here's the kicker. Your brain chemistry is different. The crowd runs on dopamine, the excitement molecule. You thrive on acetylcholine. Acetylcholine is the chemical of focus, deep learning, and calm. It flows when you are reading, creating, or having a deep 3 a.m. talk with one person. But here's the problem. High levels of dopamine and adrenaline, aka party mode, actually block acetylcholine. So when you hit that wall, it's your brain screaming, "System failure." You're overstimulated, your RAM is full, and your bandwidth is maxed out. You aren't bored, you're saturated. Society tries to gaslight you into thinking this is a weakness. They tell you to get out of your comfort zone or stop being socially awkward. But let's flip the script. Let's look at the ROI, return on investment. The people who can stay at the party till 4 a.m. generally engage in low-resolution interactions. It's small talk, it's surface level, it's quantity over quality, it's broadcasting. You are wired for high-resolution interactions. You're a deep driller. Because your social battery drains faster, you have forced scarcity. You literally cannot afford to waste your time on people or events that don't bring value. You have to be picky. You have to curate your life. This is a superpower. While everyone else is suffering from FOMO, fear of missing out, chasing the next venue, the next trend, the next dopamine hit, you get to master JOMO, joy of missing out. When you leave early, you're not quitting. You're gatekeeping your energy. You're saving that precious cognitive bandwidth for things that actually move the needle: your career, your art, your real relationships, your self-growth. Think about the sheer amount of time the crowd wastes on meaningful nonsense just to avoid being alone. You don't have that problem. You're comfortable in the void. You're comfortable in the quiet. That is where the real main character energy comes from. It doesn't come from being the loudest in the room. It comes from being the most secure in yourself. So, here's the takeaway. Next time you're out and you feel that battery low warning flashing, don't fight it. Don't try to chug an energy drink and force yourself to be the life of the party. That's how you burn out. That's how you get resentful. Just dip. Seriously. Normalize the Irish exit. Protect your peace. Your brain has done its job. It has gathered the data, it has put in the work, and now it needs to compile the code. Go home, recharge, read a book, stare at the ceiling, do whatever you need to do to get your acetylcholine levels back to baseline. You aren't a broken extrovert. You are a functioning introvert. The world is noisy enough. It doesn't need you to add to the noise. It needs you to go home, recharge, and come back with the clarity and insight that only you can provide. Being the last one standing at the party isn't a flex. Knowing when to leave, that's the real power move. If you want to master your own psychology and stop feeling like an outsider, make sure to subscribe to our channel. We drop new videos every week to help you understand your own wiring. Don't just follow the crowd, learn to lead yourself. Stay deep, stay focused, and I'll see you in the next one.